Hey guys, it's Zibbles here once again with another personal little deck profile. This one's something I've been goofing around with a lot this format. I absolutely really have a lot of fun playing this deck. It's probably one of my more favorite decks right now. Still needing those dichotomies in order to get you guys the deck I really want to be showing you guys, but for now, I figured I'd show you something a little bit different. This is something I found on the Dueling Network forums, altered it a bit and made it more towards a bit my style. This was also geared a bit more towards last format, but it's been testing relatively well. I love this deck. Really fun. It catches a lot of people off guard, and I want to go ahead and explain this deck and run it by you guys. So to start off with, we have two. Oh, I should probably mention this deck is Maiden control. Yeah, it's pretty much she's the star of the show. But I'll go and get started on the deck now. So to start off with, it's two Blue Eyes White Dragons, one BLS, one Thunder King, three Evil Swarm Thunderbird, and as soon as I can grab my phone, two Masked Chameleon, two Summoner Monk, three Maiden, and three Scarecrow to round out the monsters. Spells are 1 for 1, Dark Hole, Book of Moon, Forbidden Lance, 1 Hidden Armory, 2 MST, 2 Wonder Wand, and then Double Duality. As for traps, the 4 basics, I guess: Bottomless Torrential Compulse Warning, 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Call the Haunted, 2 Mirror Force, and 2 Save Zone. And as for the extra deck, we have 1 Cowboy, 1 Lavalval Chain, 1 Mace Stroke, 1 Number 50, 1 Queen Dragon, 1 Pearl, 1 Catastor, 1 Aturia Beast, 1 Armades, 1 Stardust, 1 Dark End, 1 Thought Ruler, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Crimson Blader, and 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. So, because this deck needs a lot of explaining, I'll explain what I can in the best way I can, because this is more of a deck you have to really learn how to play it on your own. You can't simply have somebody just teach it to you. So, pretty much these two are the big boss monsters of the deck. Normally in other Maiden builds, Blue Eyes isn't as much of the boss monster, rather just like a giant beatstick, but this is one of your boss monsters. And as for why I play 2, it's because 3 is clumpy and 1 isn't enough. That's the main reason I choose to play the 2. BLS, you're playing a decent amount of chaos, and it just flows with the deck. So he fits in just so well. I love this card. The Random Thunderbirds. Thunderbird gives you a dark, normal summonable monster that does his own thing and doesn't really conflict with the deck. He keeps himself alive. He doesn't conflict with Maiden. He's a 1950 typically, and a level 4 monster. Plus, I didn't really have room for it in this particular extra deck, but in the future I will be playing Key Beetle, and he becomes a really important card. And I love Key Beetle and Thunderbird in this. Chameleon is more so in here because A, it's a level 4 tuner for Monk, but it also goes with your Scarecrows, and Scarecrow is like probably the best defensive card this deck has. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love the triple sub Scarecrow and the Chameleon idea. Monk recruits you basically into all of your level 4s. Thunder King to cock block your opponent from searching or special summoning. Thunderbird just because it makes Thunderbird officially a thing on board. And Chameleon for level 4s. Or even another copy of itself if you just want to get the Monk side of your deck. I rarely find myself going Monk for Monk, but I won't deny that there are situations where it has happened. Maiden, because I know she's a little bit of a card that people haven't looked at too much. Basically, when she has a few effects that really are known in the deck, and you try to primarily more so use like the second effect as much as you can. When she's targeted for an attack, she switches the defense, negates the attack, and then special summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand, deck, or grave. And if she's targeted by a card effect, she does the exact same thing. You only use one Maiden effect once per turn. So pretty much the deck revolves around protecting her or just manipulating the uses of her effect. 1 for 1 to fish her out. Maiden now. You could fish out Scarecrow, and that's not really a terrible idea. Lance. I know one of Lance seems a little weird. Lance protects your big guys while also triggering Maiden. But I don't like multiples just because I've always clumped Lance whenever I play more than one. I can't stand more than one Lance. Hidden Armory is a personal preference. You could easily drop the 1 Hidden Armory. I just like it as a tech 1-off because I like searching for the Wonder Wands without playing the 3rd Wonder Wand. And it also lets me recycle a Wonder Wand. And gives me a little bit of deck thinning, so it's not like I just drew a dead Wonder Wand compared to I technically drew the Wonder Wand, but I drew a deck thinner. Basic traps. Traps seem basic enough. I would say though, if I had a third save zone, I would definitely play a third save zone, and I might be playing 3 once that I think it's Battle Pack 2 Plus or Battle Pack 2 Extended. I forget the name of the product, but this is definitely something I would bump up if I had more of it. I would play 3 save zone. I don't know what I would cut, or if I would just splash it and make it a 41 card deck. I wish we could play Solemn Judgment, but we can't. And I'm trying to think, is there anything I need to explain the extra? Chain just makes plays. It really does a lot. It's so good. It's kind of like the idea, I guess, of milling Red Ox and like Tinplate Gadget, just because like it gets it gets your dragon that you're going to be reusing out of the deck, so that way you drop other stuff. Pearl, I chose Pearl just because I want to beat over Ophion. I haven't really done testing against the Evil Storm matchup. That's the only matchup I really haven't done, but I don't mind. That's just a theory type thing. 3 Synchros are in here because of Chameleon plus Scarecrow or Maiden plus a level 4. And Chameleon Scarecrow happens a lot, and the fact that that's why I also play the Maturity Beast, because you can make it that way. The level 8s are all in here just because Chameleon Monk or Chameleon Thunderbird or Chameleon Thunder King. In melee though, like I said, I believe I dropped one of these guys for Key Beetle and some other rank 4s in the future. But that's going to be format dependent. I wish I could say I could drop Crimson Blader, but we need this thing right now, as sad as it is. And only 1 Azure Eyes. Only reason for 1 Azure Eyes is because I don't even use this card all that much, but it's also just there. I consider it more of like an accessory. Like realistically, I don't even make this guy that often. I feel like I could cut it, but I just like playing it because hey, it goes with this. It's just kind of a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the Maiden Control deck profile, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this deck. Give it a test run. You learn. It's definitely one of the most interesting and unique decks I've ever played. And I hope this deck maybe was entertaining to you or unique or something. I hope you get something out of this, though. So, that's it for now. Until later. Bye-bye.